Good morning, all of you. Last session we had discussed about nodal analysis. In nodal analysis, we have seen what are the different steps to solving a nodal analysis. Okay, we had took two example. One is a independent source, another is a mixed source, and then we apply a nodal analysis to solving the electrical problem. Right. Then today's session we'll see superposition theorem. Various superposition theorem we have in electrical network to find out a current flowing through a particular resistor or voltage across a particular resistor. Right? We have superposition theorem, Thevenin theorem, Norton's theorem, and maximum power transfer theorem in our syllabus. Now, first of all, we'll see how to apply the superposition theorem to the electrical network to find out a current flowing through a particular resistor present in electrical network. Okay, so we'll move on our statement and problem based on superposition theorem. Okay, now you have already studied the superposition theorem in BEE. Okay, yeah, anybody can unmute yourself and tell me the what is the statement of superposition theorem? What is the statement of superposition theorem? How to apply superposition theorem to electrical network? Anybody? Yes.
So any circuit consists of n number of voltage source and n number of current source. Then according to superposition theorem, uh, each source connect as a independent to the whole circuit, and remaining will be off for the condition.
Yes, somewhat is right. The state, what is your name?
Sir, I use Pandey.
Yes, Avish Pandey. Yes, somewhat is right. The statement of superposition theorem. The statement of superposition theorem is that suppose in any linear resistive network containing several sources, right? That electrical network is consisting of some voltage source, some current source, some dependent sources also, right? Suppose if you find out voltage across or current through any resistor or source may be calculated by adding a algebraic all individual sources, all individual voltage or current caused by each independent source acting alone, right? Each independent source acting alone with all other independent voltage source replaced by short circuit, okay, and all other independent current source are replaced by open circuit. Okay, that is a statement. Suppose in your electrical network, I'm telling about only independent source, not a mixed source, right? I'm telling this statement is particular for independent source. Suppose in that independent in electrical network, we have a independent source. One is a voltage source, another is a current source, right? At a time analyzing, we have to active only one independent source. Suppose we have a voltage source, that voltage source, independent voltage source. I am saying about independent. Independent voltage source we have, that independent voltage source is replaced by a short circuit. And independent current source is replaced by open circuit. Right? That you should keep in mind. Okay. You have already studied this superposition theorem, independent source in BEE. So we'll more focus on in network theory is dependent source, or we call as a mixed source. Right? Is this clear? The statement for independent source means at a time we have to activate one independent source. Right? Voltage source, if we have, we replace by a short circuit. If we have a current source, we replace by a open circuit. Right? This is a statement for superposition theorem. In your university examination, maybe asked in your question number 1, the statement of superposition theorem, statement of Thevenin theorem, Norton theorem, and maximum power transfer theorem for 5 marks. Okay, that time you should know the statements of all the theorems. Right. Then we'll move on the example based on the superposition theorem. Is this clear? The statement? Is there any doubt in that statement? Yes. Is there any doubt? If you're not understood, please ask me. Okay, I clear cut saying if whatever statement I given you right now, that statement is particular for independent source. That statement is particular for independent source. Means one independent source we have activated, and other independent source, if we have a voltage source, that replaced by a short circuit. If we have a current source, we replace by a open circuit. That you have to keep in mind. Right? Suppose in this electrical network, the aim is you have to find out the current flowing through 4 ohm resistors by using a superposition theorem. Okay, this electrical network, it has a two independent source, right? One is a 4 volt, another is a 8 ampere current source, right? Then our aim is we have to find out the current flowing through 4 ohm resistor, right? That is the point A and B. Okay. So as per the statement of superposition theorem, we have to activate it only one independent source. Another independent source we have to either short circuit or open circuit depending on voltage or current. Okay. So in this electrical network, we have a two sources, right? One is a 4 volt, that is 4 volt, 4 volt source that we consider as S1, right? Another we have 8 ampere source, current source, 8 ampere current source that we have assumed S2, right? So we keep one source on at a time, remaining all independent source, it should be turned off. Means in this step 1, that is your step 1. I'm already drawn the diagram of step number 1. Here we have what we had did, we have activated only one source, that is our S1. S1 is your 4 volt, that we have to activate it here, and remaining all independent source, it should be a turn off. Means we have a one independent source, that is a 8 ampere over here, that we have turn off. Means 8 ampere is our current source. Means as per the statement of superposition theorem, if we have a current source, it should be replaced by open circuit. So S2 it should be off, and 8 ampere current source, it should be open at the end. Right? Clear? So we have to mark the current flowing through loop. We have a two loops over here. Right? The first loop we consider as I, and second loop we have considered as IB. Okay, then you assign the polarity to each resistance, that is positive, negative, positive, negative. Here positive, negative at a 4 ohm resistor. Here positive, negative at a 1 ohm resistor. Here again positive, negative for a 1 ohm resistor at a second. Okay. So now our aim is we have to apply a KVL to each loop. right? We have activated only one source here, that is our S1, and S2 it should be turn off. Turn off. S2 it should be turn off. Why it is open circuit over here? S2, because S2 is our second independent source, is a current source. If current source is there, it should be a open circuit. Clear? So now we apply a KVL to first loop. Apply KVL loop 1. So what is a KVL at loop 1? If we starting from a 4 ohm 4 volt voltage source, that is a 4 minus the current flowing through a 1 ohm resistor is 1 IA, or you can simple write IA only 1 IA minus 4. That 4 is the intermediate between two mesh, that is IA minus IB. That's why both are the clockwise direction. That's why take minus, that is IA minus IB is equal to. Then you have to solve these equations. That is 4 minus IA minus 4 IA minus minus plus 4 IB is equal to 0. Then 4 you have to keep it outside as it is. If you 4 you have to keep it outside as it is, then minus sign it will be plus. Means 4 IA, 1 IA, that you will get 5 IA here, 5 IA minus 4 IB is equal to your voltage source 4. That is our equation number 1. Okay, similarly way you have to apply KVL at second loop. KVL to loop 2. What is KVL to loop 2? Suppose if you starting from a 4 ohm resistor here, the current flowing through IB is from positive to negative, means it should be a negative here at a 4 ohm resistor. But 4 is an intermediate between 1 and 2 mesh, that is IB minus IA. Again, the current IB is flowing through a 1 ohm resistors here, right? That is minus 1 IB, or we call it as a, simply write as IB minus IB. Again, the same current IB is flowing through this 1 ohm resistor. That is again from positive to negative, means it should be a minus here. Minus IB is equal to. So now you have to simplify these equations. That minus 4 you have to multiply into the bracket, and you will get the second equation minus 4 IA plus 6 IB is equal to 0. That is your second equation number. Two equations you will get, equation 1 and 2 in step number 1. Then you have to solve these two equations and you find out I and IB. Okay. So now tell me what is IA and IB you will get. You have to solve these two equations and you tell me what is IA and IB you will get.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
IA
What
equals
is IA?
to 1.71
Yes, exactly. 1.71 ampere.
and
1.71 ampere IA you
1.14
will get, and
IB. 1.14.
IB is equal to 1.14 ampere. Yes, right, exactly. IA and IB you will get IA is 1.71 and IB is 1.14. Then our aim is what? Our aim is to find out I1. Okay. Our aim is to find out I1. Means how to find out I1? The current flowing a single loop. Now then I1 is equal to, that is IA minus IB, you get 0 0.57 ampere downward direction. We get I1 over here, right? Now the step number 2 is what? Step number 2 is we have to on S2 and S1 it should be off. Okay, one independent source it should be turned on, and another is it should be turned off. Here in the previous step, S1 it should be on, S2 it should be off. Okay, in step number 2, what we have done over here, we have to short circuit, or we have to turn off S1. Why here? Uh, why we have to use over here short circuit? Because S1 is your voltage source. As per the statement of superposition theorem, if we have a voltage source, it should be a short circuit. That's why we have make it over here short circuit as S1. S1 is equal to 0 and S2 is done. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. And S2 is done on over here, right? It's S2 is equal to your 8 ampere. Similarly, what you have to observe over here in step number 2, whatever diagram I drawn over here, we have 1 ohm resistor, 4 ohm resistor, 1 ohm resistor, 1 ohm resistor, and 1 ohm resistor is a parallel with your 8 ohm, 8 ampere current source. So now what we have method to apply over here. If current source are parallel with some resistor, that time which rule we have to apply? If current source is a parallel with resistors, that time which rule we have to apply? We have already gone through. Yes, tell me.
Current divided rule.
Current divider rule? No, 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 no. That is not divider rule. If current source is a parallel with some resistor, that time we have to use transformation rule, right? If here the current source is there, current source it should be a parallel with some resistor. That time we have to apply a current source into the voltage source transformation rule. Current source into the voltage source transformation rule. How to convert current source into the voltage source? That voltage source is equal to, that is V is equal to I by R we will take. Means here same, whatever registers are connected in parallel with the current source, that registers we will connected as a series with voltage source. That same method we have to did over here. You have observed. Okay, here, here, right? Here, that 8 ampere current source we have converted it to 8 voltage source, right? That is V is equal to I by R. That is 8 ampere divided by 1. You'll get 8 over here. And whatever resistors are connected in parallel, that is 1 ohm, that we have connected in series with the voltage source. Clear? Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear? So let's move. Then we assume the current IC over here and here ID. The current flowing through two different loops. Then you will assign a polarity, the same method for applying the KVL. That is positive, negative here, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, again positive, negative. So You apply KVL and now tell me the equations. What the equations you people are getting? In equation number, uh, we have already solved 1 and 2. That is equation number 3 and 4. Now tell me the what is the equation number 3 and 4 you will get. That is simple. If you starting from a 1 ohm resistor, that is 1 IC minus 4 IC minus ID, right? IC minus 4 IC again minus will get multiply into the bracket minus plus, that is 4 ID. Then minus what the equation? Third equation. What is third equation? Aditi, Aditi है क्या?
Yes, sir.
What is the third equation?
हेलो सर।
Yes.
सर वो I1 इजिकल टू आई ए माइनस आई बी सर कैसे, वो मेरे को समझा नहीं है।
Here, here we have to take the difference of your whatever IA and IB present in electrical network. Okay. What we have did over here, the step number 1 is what S1 is equal to 4 volt. We have to assume we have two meshes over here, right? That is IA and IB. So our aim is what? Our aim is to find out the total current flowing through a point A and B, right? Means first of all we have calculate IA. IA will get 1.71 and
ओके
IB
सर, ओके सर,
you will
सर क्लियर
you
सर।
will get 1.14. Now we have calculated IA over here, right? That is IA is nothing but the current flowing through a first loop as per the diagram 1. Similarly, what we'll do in step number 2, we have to find out I2, right? I2 means what? The current flowing through a second loop. Okay. And then we'll, as per the statement of superposition theorem, we have to algebraic summation of I1 plus I2. Then you will get total I current, right? Clear?
यस सर, यस सर,
Clear or not?
यस सर, क्लियर सर।
Yes.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes. So what is the
Sir, 2.28 IC.
2.28? No, 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 not 2.28. How you will get 2.28? How you get 2.28?
Sir, equation is minus 5 IC plus 4 ID equals to 0.
Yes, yes, exactly.
And second equation
Huh.
minus 4 IC plus 6 ID equals to 8.
Yes, so right. That is 5IC minus. Here you get minus sign, na? And here plus sign. Suppose I have solved another another way. So I get it here 5IC minus. Both are right. There is no issue, right? 4IC minus 4ID is equal to 0. So that is equation number third. And what is the equation number 4? Minus 4 IC plus 6 ID. Same you have get na 6 ID is equal to
8.
minus 8 minus 8. That is equation number 4. Okay. Now you have to solve equation number 3 and 4. What is your IC?
Sir, IC is 2.28 and ID is 2.85.
Here I get it minus 2.29. Right? Both are right. If you are if you get the plus sign, there is no issue. You have to assign the current direction, either downward direction, either upward direction. There is no issue. Right? So ID get
Sir,
it here minus 2.
how the minus 8, sir?
Yes,
Minus 8.
where minus 8? That is
For
the current flowing through from positive to negative here. No? Yes or no? The in equation number 4 you are saying, no?
yes, sir.
Yes, no? Your equation number 4, no?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Equation
sir.
number 4 is what? Suppose if you starting from ID current from positive to negative, you will get here minus 4 ID minus IC, right?
Yes,
Minus
sir. Yes, sir.
ID
Yes, sir.
minus ID again minus 8, na, here.
Oh,
Clear or not?
yes,
Yes
sir.
or no?
Yes, sir.
Minus 2.86 here. Ampere. Minus 2.686 ampere. Now our aim is I2. Find out the I2. I2 is what? In minus sign, you just keep it left hand side minus 2.86. 2.86 minus 2.29. You will get I2 is equal to 0.57 downward direction. So you'll get I1 and I2 as per the statement of superposition theorem. You have to algebraic summation of the current flowing through a loop. Right? The total current flowing through a loop I is equal to I1 plus I2. I1 you have already read it, that is 0.57, and I2 again you have read it 0.57. Now the total I is what? Total I is what? 1.14
1.1.
ampere. That is your total current of the circuit. This is a way to solve the superposition theorem. Just have to keep in mind what are the steps to apply a superposition theorem for independent sources. Right? If you know the statement, if you know the steps, rest of methods as it is. Apply KVL, solve the equations, and that's okay, and find out the current. And after find out the current, you take the algebraic summation of the current. Okay, this is for an independent source. This is for independent source. But in your examination for network theory, the maximum question is based on dependent source, not independent source. Okay, dependent source, or we called as a control source, or we called as a mixed source. Right? The statement is same but somewhat different related with the dependent source. Right? So we'll move on our source superposition with the control source. Right? Is this clear? Example, methodology is clear to you people?
Yes, sir.
Methodology is clear. Samir Dubey. Samir. Samir Dubey. समीर दुबे माइक चालू नहीं है क्या समीर दुबे माइक इज नॉट वर्किंग Have you understood, Samir? Disha, Disha, Disha,
Yes, sir.
Disha understood the superposition
Yes, sir.
theorem
Yes, sir.
statement or not? Okay. So we'll move on our next point, that is source superposition with the control source. So this type of example may be asked in your university examination. Okay. Here, what you have observed, this particular electrical network, it has a mixed source, right? We have a three independent source, right? One is a 120 volt, another is a 12 ampere current source, another is a 40 volt independent voltage source, and we have only one dependent source, that is a 10 IY, that is a current control voltage source, right? Current control voltage source. The statement of superposition theorem with the control source. Suppose if we have a circuit, or if circuit consists of independent sources as well as the one or more dependent source, right? Please listen. If circuit consists of independent source as well as the one or more dependent source, while analyzing the circuit, there must always be at least two sources in operation. There must always be at least two sources in operation. One independent source and all dependent sources. Right? One independent source, all the dependent source. Means here, whatever methods we have applied for the independent source, the same method you have to apply. But in mixed source, your dependent source, or we call it as a control source, that dependent source cannot be turned off, right? That dependent source cannot be turned off. Means dependent source, it should be turned on always. It should be turned on always. Okay. And independent source, one independent source and all dependent sources should be working in our electrical net. Okay. Clear? The statement is clear. Is there any doubt? Analyze the circuit. I, there must be always at least two sources in operation. At least two sources in operation. मतलब dependent source को turn off करना ही नहीं हम लोग को. Dependent source always turn on ही रहेगा. Control source cannot be turn on, turn off. Control source cannot be turn off. मतलब एक इंडिपेंडेंट सोर्स रहेगा और बाकी सब डिपेंडेंट सोर्सेस जो भी प्रेजेंट है इलेक्ट्रिकल नेटवर्क में, वो सब क्या रहेंगे? प्रेजेंट रहेंगे. उसको ऑफ नहीं करना है. क्लियर? उसको ऑफ नहीं करना है. बाकी मेथड सेम है. सपोज वोल्टेज टू इंडिपेंडेंट सोर्स सपोज है आपके पास. एक सपोज वोल्टेज सोर्स है, वोल्टेज सोर्स को ऑन करना है. एक को सपोज सेकेंड आपका इंडिपेंडेंट सोर्स है करंट सोर्स. करंट सोर्स को क्या करना है? ऑफ करना है. ऑफ करना है मतलब करंट सोर्स है तो ओपन सर्किट करना है. और जो भी डिपेंडेंट सोर्स है, वो डिपेंडेंट सोर्स एज इट इज रखना है हम लोग को. उसको कुछ नहीं करना है, ऑफ वगैरह कुछ नहीं करना. इट शुड बी टर्न, it should be turned on always. Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is an example for superposition theorem. Find the current IY. Using superposition theorem, you have to find the current IY. Okay. Here I already told we have a two independent source. We have a three independent source, right? 120, 40 and 12 ampere. So we have to assume S1 is equal to your 120 volt, S2 is equal to your (12 ampere). S3 is equal to your 40 volt, right? स्टेप नंबर 1 में क्या है अभी? स्टेप नंबर 1 में S1 को ऑन करना है. S1 is on. Here S1 is on. Okay. Or we called as step number 2. S1 is on. S1 is on and S2, S3 को क्या करना है? स्टेप नंबर 2 में ऑफ करना है. S1 को ऑन करना है, S2, S3 क्या हो गया आपका? ऑफ करना है. ठीक है. तो S1 ऑन है मतलब 120 वोल्ट it should be activated over here. और मैंने क्या बोला? मिक्स्ड सोर्सेस में जो भी डिपेंडेंट सोर्स है उसको ऑफ नहीं करना है. अभी हमारे सर्किट में क्या है? एक ही डिपेंडेंट सोर्स है, एक ही डिपेंडेंट सोर्स है, दैट इज 10 IY. उसको ऑफ नहीं करना है, तो उसको हम लोग ने क्या किया? एज इट इज ले लिया यहाँ पे 10 IY, राइट? सो 12 एम्पियर करंट सोर्स है, उसको क्या किया? ओपन किया, तो यहाँ पे ओपन सर्किट हो गया वो. 40 वोल्ट क्या है आपका? वोल्टेज सोर्स है, इसको क्या किया मैंने? यहाँ पे शॉर्ट कर दिया, राइट? यहाँ पे शॉर्ट कर दिया, तो मेरा स्टेप 2 का डायग्राम बन गया. ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे अभी द कंट्रोलिंग पैरामीटर क्या है अभी फिगर नंबर 1 में? दैट इज 10 IY. IY is your controlling parameter. So now we had modified the diagram in step number 2. You have to turn off all the remaining independent source, that is 12 ampere as well as 40 volt. So I1 हम लोग यहाँ पे कंट्रोलिंग पैरामीटर एज्यूम करते हैं IY1. So ओके. सो S1 के लिए हम लोग कंट्रोलिंग पैरामीटर क्या एज्यूम करेंगे? IY1. ठीक है. ठीक है, समझ में आ रहा है? So now the current flowing through circuit is IY1. S1 के लिए हम लोग ने क्या किया? एक सिंपल एज्यूम किया, द करंट फ्लो इंस्टेड ऑफ IY we assume S1. For the activating S1, the current flowing through the circuit is IY1. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So now we apply a KVL. KVL apply करने के बाद क्या आएगा? So now we apply a KVL. That is starting from 120 minus 4IY1 minus 10 IY1 minus IY1, because the current flowing through a loop is defined in the electric. So now you have to simplify these equations. You will get 22 IY1 is equal to 120. So IY1 outside
5.45, sir.
5.45. Yes, sir, exactly right. 120 divided by your 22. So now IY1 you will get here 5.45 ampere. 5.45 ampere. That is your IY1. Similarly for the step number 3. स्टेप नंबर 3 में क्या करना है आपको? हिंदी बोलेगा चलेगा ना? आप डोंट इशू ना?
Yes,
Is there
sir.
any problem to speak in Hindi? No problem.
yes sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
S2 को क्या किया हम लोग ने? S2 को क्या किया? यहाँ पे ऑन किया है. S2 क्या है हमारा? 12 एम्पियर करंट सोर्स है, तो हम लोग ने S2 को ऑन किया स्टेप नंबर 3 में, राइट? और बाकी जो इंडिपेंडेंट सोर्स है S1 को मैंने ऑफ कर दिया। ऑफ मतलब यहाँ पे वोल्टेज सोर्स है तो शॉर्ट सर्किट हो गया यहाँ पे, राइट। अगेन 40 वोल्ट S3 है तो यहाँ पे भी शॉर्ट सर्किट हो गया, मतलब एक्टिवेट क्या हो गया यहाँ पे, सिर्फ आपका S2 एक्टिवेट हो गया, राइट। बाकी डिपेंडेंट सोर्स को तो ऑफ करना ही नहीं हम लोग को, तो एज इट इज रखा मैंने। तो यहाँ पे S2 मैंने ऑन करने के बाद तो मेरा यहाँ पे सपोज मैं एज्यूम करता हूँ आई वाई इज नथिंग बट आई वाई टू फॉर S2 के लिए, राइट। सो यहाँ पे पॉइंट है आपका P पॉइंट, मैंने एज्यूम किया यहाँ पे। सो यू हैव टू यहाँ अभी तो पता चल रहा है कि 4 ओम में आपका करंट आई वाई टू है, यहाँ पे आपका 12 एम्पियर करंट है, यहाँ पे 10 आई वाई है, लेकिन हम लोग को फाइंड आउट करना है व्हाट इज द करंट फ्लोइंग थ्रू दैट 8 ओम रजिस्टर। 8 ओम रजिस्टर का करंट फाइंड आउट करना है। तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं, सिंपल, यहाँ पे आपका 8 करंट फ्लोइंग थ्रू 8 I2, ये करंट आपका आउटगोइंग करंट है, उस साइड जा रहा है। लेकिन इनकमिंग करंट एट पॉइंट P कौन सा है आपका, I2 एट कमिंग at a point P, and your 12 ampere current coming at point P again, means both the currents are coming at a point P and only 8 ohm रजिस्टर का करंट क्या जा रहा है आपका, आउटगोइंग जा रहा है। तो KCL का स्टेटमेंट भी वही है, आउटगोइंग करंट इज इक्वल टू योर इनकमिंग करंट। तो मैंने क्या किया, सिंपल KCL अप्लाई किया पॉइंट P पे। KCL we have to apply KCL at point P। KCL मैंने अप्लाई किया पॉइंट P पे, तो KCL का क्या इक्वेशन आएगा, सपोज 8 I8 ओम इज इक्वल टू, दैट इज योर इनकमिंग करंट कौन सा, I2 है आपका, प्लस ये आपका क्या है 12 एम्पियर करंट है। ये मेरा KCL इक्वेशंस हो गया एट KCL पॉइंट, KCL एट पॉइंट P, KCL एट पॉइंट P। नाउ यू हैव टू अप्लाई KVL, KVL टू लूप। तो KVL क्या आ रहा है आपका, ये हम लोग ने क्यों लिया, क्योंकि करंट सोर्स आपका क्या है, इज अ कॉमन बिटवीन टू मेश है, राइट, इज अ कॉमन बिटवीन टू मेश है। तो यहाँ पे हम लोग सिंपल सुपर मेश अप्लाई करेंगे। हम लोग ने लास्ट प्रीवियस लेक्चर्स में देखा था कि सुपर मेश, लास्ट टू लास्ट लेक्चर में, कि सुपर मेश कैसे अप्लाई होता है, राइट। तो हम लोग को क्या करना है, केवीएल सिर्फ आउटर लूप में लेना है। समझ में आ रही बात, हैव यू अंडरस्टूड और नॉट।
Yes, sir.
सो केसीएल केवीएल इक्वेशंस क्या आएगा इस लूप में, बताइए। व्हाट इज योर केसीएल इक्वेशंस, sorry, KVL equations, KVL. Suppose if you starting from this register positive to negative, means you will get here minus 4 I/2 minus 10 I/2 minus 8। करंट क्या है अभी, करंट क्या है, हम लोग ने ऑलरेडी किया है कैलकुलेट, -8 8 I/2 प्लस आपका क्या है, क्या है 12,
12.
हाँ 12 ना, राइट और रॉन्ग,
Yes, sir.
yes or no. So now you have to simplify this equation. So you'll get -22 I/2 minus 96. So what is your I/2 here? What is your I/2? Minus 4.36, right? Yes. Now we apply the step number 4. The step number 4 is what? Again we have turn on S3 and S1 and S2 it should be off. यहाँ पे मैंने क्या किया, S1 और S2 को ऑफ कर दिया. S1 वोल्टेज सोर्स है, उसको क्या किया, शॉर्ट किया. S2 क्या है, करंट सोर्स है, उसको ओपन कर दिया. डिपेंडेंट सोर्स को एज इट इज रख दिया और S3 को मैंने ऑन कर दिया. ठीक है. सो S3 को मैं जब ऑन करता हूँ तो सपोज आई एम एज्यूमिंग हियर IY इज नथिंग बट योर IY, राइट. यू हैव टू एज्यूम IY is equal to your IY3 for S3 is on. Now you apply a KVL. Apply KVL. क्या आ रहा है, KVL अप्लाई करो. So what is your KVL? Minus 4 IY3 minus 10 IY3 minus 8 IY3 minus 40. Zero. So now you have to simplify this. So you get minus, huh?
1.89, sir.
1.89.
1.89.
Minus 1.89 or 82 minus
8
IY2
1.82.
IY, yes, minus 1.82 40 is equal to 0. So now you simplified this IY3 minus 40 divided by 22, you will get here IY3 is nothing but here minus 1.82 ampere. So
IY would be
we get it over
0.73
here.
clockwise.
Huh?
IY is
IY is nothing but
0.73 and
yes, 0.73. Suppose if you get it a minus sign, that minus sign is indicated as a current in opposite to the given directions. As a positive, you get it, there is no problem. If you get it minus sign, that you have to uh, write that minus sign is indicated as a current in opposite to the given direction. There is no problem. So now the principle of superposition theorem, you have to find out IY, right? So IY is nothing but what? That is your algebraic summation of all. That is IY1 plus IY2, IY2 plus IY3 plus IY3. So what is IY? That is 9 or 0.
minus 0.
0.73.
73. 73 ampere. This is a way to solve the superposition theorem. Have you understood such? This is one of the good example for the superposition theorem. Okay, I'll give more example in tutorial number 2. Superposition up to super. Today I'll release the tutorial number 2. You have to submit on next Sunday, up to next Sunday. मतलब 2 तारीख तक सबमिट करना है tutorial number 2. Today I'll put up in Google Classroom, right? So have you understood this concept, the superposition
Yes, sir.
theorem for a source as well as the independent source, as well as the independent source, right?